And welcome back to Roll for Story, where we last left the Kiasters. They were inside Fort Midden, otherwise known as basically the Alcatraz of Weep. They were planning to free the hostages, end the tyranny of Huxor and his pirate crew and prisoners who've taken over the fort and had cannons aimed at the port for some time now. And Detan was clearly stressing about it for a long while, but turns out it could have all been solved in a single night because Andy came to the rescue and snuck in invisibly with everyone else. They kind of almost paratrooped in. They spiked his drink, followed him into his room, let the poison do half the work, and the blade the other half. Then, using some strange, shadowy, bardic magic, Andy was able to adopt the identity of Huxor. And doing that, they were able to then put on quite a show as they gathered the whole crew, convinced them that, this is no life for them. Sat here in this prison, this dank and disgusting living conditions is not what they plan to do forever. It's only ever a temporary thing. And that perhaps their life awaits them on the open oceans. And to do that, they need to make a deal with the Tan. And for the most part, everyone seemed to be cheering along and totally into this idea. Especially since they rolled an nat 20 and they convinced everyone this was the best course of action. So they trust Huxor. And by that same line of thinking, they will hopefully trust the Tan in what they have to say. Or Captain Montipot, I guess. Captain of the Guard. Weird to call you Captain Montipot because that's your grandfather. But still, you are, I guess, the Captain of the Guard. Still, after that, everyone else had teleported out. So it's just Andy needs to make some sort of getaway since this only lasts an hour. This identity. The body's been disintegrated at least. And I think you use prestidigitation to clear away the dust, but how do you proceed?
I mean, how long has it been since you took it on?
I thought it's only been a few minutes.
Okay, so we've still got time, which means I've got time to still keep the form on while Detan comes in to give his side of the agreement.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Depends on how far Hold on. Look at that. It's all rather relative, but trying to figure out just how long it would take for Detan to get from Weep to the island. Yeah, probably about an hour-ish.
Question.
Oh, wait.
The airship has like lifeboats. We know this because Eirina slept under one when she didn't want to sleep below deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we get the guys to maybe drop one while Andy's got them all distracted with her speech?
Sure.
I mean,
that's fine.
I'm still kind of invisible, I believe, at the moment. If it's only been a few minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got the
have you got a potion, or you've cast invisibility, didn't you?
Yeah, I can make myself invisible.
Yeah, that's right. So it lasts an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna, if they drop a boat, I'm gonna make my way to said boat and pretend like I've just finished rowing my way over.
Yeah, we got various telepathic bonds, so we can all communicate.
Yeah, Karius would probably have come down with the boat and using shape warp to put like the effects of sweat onto Ditan's body, just to make it look like they've been rowing for a long time.
It's probably not necessary. He's probably like so stressed that he's sweating.
Yeah, extra.
Okay. Yeah, you want to really sell this that, man, he got over here quick, huh? So, sure, okay. Make him look all sweaty, get him in the rowboat, and sort of start hopping over. Now, you're going to lower the rowboat, I guess, from the airship.
Is there a way we
While
can...
they're distracted by Andy's speech, so no one's looking that way.
Yeah, one would hope that, definitely.
I'm seeing if I've got anything to potentially disguise the boat.
Disguise it? You mean like as it's lowering?
Yeah, like to hide it from view.
Yeah, anything
Like
as simple as like a fog cloud might help.
Yeah, I'll do a fog cloud then, because I can do that.
Fair enough. Okay, perfect. Just in case there's any lookouts, because it would be irresponsible to call a whole meeting without anyone keeping an eye out. But a fog cloud is probably enough to just heavily obscure the area as you're lowering the boat down into the water. And is it just Ditan, or is Patience with you, or anyone else?
Who's coming with?
I mean, it probably doesn't make sense for you to go in solo, and if you need a Patience, they probably would associate with you, right?
Yeah, they'd recognise Patience and they'd recognise Llyvelin for sure, because they were with us the first time around.
It really depends who you want to take with you on this. Do you feel like you need the numbers, or?
I mean, like, I'll take a couple of people. It just depends on who thinks they'd be good being there, really.
I mean...
Who's persuasive?
Me?
Oh. Yeah, not me.
I can come along and...
I think
Saying
Eirina
that.
and Kesh'an stay where they are. We take Llyvelin in terms of we might need a few tricks up the sleeve. And we take Karius as persuasiveness.
Yeah.
All right. Okay then. Yeah. Certainly. Karius showing up on a boat would probably explain how they got there so quick as well.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Patience, Ditan, and Karius are in the boat. And was it Llyvelin? And Llyvelin. All right.
And I'll probably...
All my tricks right now are aggressive because I thought we were going to be attacking a prison.
It's
Well,
fine.
plans
Maybe
change.
a piratey-esque presence will be enough.
Yeah, I do have a +7 to persuasion though.
Like, you got Karius, who's a seafarer, and then Llyvelin, you just look the part. And my granddad's a pirate, so, you know, we might be okay, you know?
I'm a pirate wizard.
Pirate Pete.
Is that where you get your spells from? You pirate them?
My pirating skills are magic.
Pirates his spells.
From other spell books, it's true. When have you ever made your own spell, Llyvelin? You just pirate other people's.
Doesn't that make you a wizard?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
It kind of does, Kirstie, I do agree.
When I take from a spell from one spell book to another, it's a pirate copy.
There we go. Future campaign, pirate wizards.
Pirate wizards.
I'm imagining that working well if you did like maybe like an Eberron campaign where you got like the Magitech, so you could literally download like bootleg spells online.
Bootleg.
This
like
is very
one
out of
word.
hand.
I like the idea of an all pirate wizard party. Everybody just has the same spells because everybody's copied each other's spells into their books.
We
Yep.
call it LimeWire.
Oh.
All right.
Anyway,
So after after a bit of rowing, you do finally arrive. Of course, there are lookouts that see you approaching. They head off your advance with a few warning shots, and then Hookser, of course, you could intervene. And once a one of the lookout basically alerts you and says, "Captain, there's a rowboat approaching."
Ah, that will be the old, feather top. What's his name? Oh, I've forgotten his name. Yeah, that land number we've been expecting,
Monty Pop. Captain the
the
guard.
one. That's the one. He kind of does a, slap the
Mm.
hands, just kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah. It's good. It's okay. He's supposed to be here,
Still affected by
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
And there's others as well. Whole colourful
Yeah.
crew, but the looks. But as long as you're all right, let them in. I'll let them
mean-
ashore.
When you think of it this way, we want them on our good side, so let his friends in. Just
Hmm.
because
Alright.
the sooner they say their piece, the sooner we can get back out on the sea.
Did we strip them of their weapons?
Tell you, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, let's do
Alright.
that. Let's do that. Leave them. Tell you what, look, there's a chest there. Leave them there in that chest.
All right.
So they're right there by their boat when they leave.
Hey, Captain. All right. Okay. The Tan and the crew. You see, a couple of his chosen few have headed down to meet you on the shoreline. At which point they ask you, "All right, Captain Hooks has requested you hand over your weapons. Stick them here in this here chest."
Karius just sort of looks at the moment and looks at his weapon arsenal. It's just like, okay, if you want to carry all of this lot, feel free.
It's Karius and Datan just start taking all these weapons out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I've got a dagger,
Right.
a sword, a gun.
Right, there's my scythe. There's the flare I broke reality with.
Oh my
The
god!
thing I took from the mountains. My
Being
glaives.
pirates, surely they should, appreciate them being loaded the way they are.
That's true. Well, yeah, there's looks of impressed. There's an impressed look. They kind of give a nod of approval.
Yeah.
so
Karius
It's a
does
mighty
say,
fine weapon.
yeah, Karius does say out loud when he puts the flare in, yeah, this is the one I used to destroy an entire plane of reality. Just sort of gives them a wink.
Oh, you're showing off now.
Yeah.
I
Ain't
trust
that-
that
Alright.
our weapons will be returned to us once these
Yeah.
negotiations are complete.
That's what Hooksaw told us to do.
Yeah.
Very well.
And don't try any of that flim flam to replace them with duplicates. I'll know the difference.
Noted. If you'd like to follow us up to the officers' quarters. Yeah, you're taken up basically back to where you were a moment ago, weirdly. This time. Yeah. Karius, Llyvelin, and Datan, you're now stood where you basically murdered Hooksaw just a moment ago.
So Andy's kind of like
Actually,
positioned herself, she's like, right, how does a man sit? Oh yeah, kind of like fidgets about, things like that, and gets in a
manly way of sitting. So I like man spread
Right.
more than
Man spreads,
necessary.
yeah. And
Oh, jeez.
when they come close, he's just like, minty flagon. Wait, that ain't right, is it?
Wait, what?
Monty Pop.
That's the one.
Meaty flagon. Oh my god.
I need to put that on his sheet now. Hang on.
Minty flagon.
I do kind of like it as a nickname. And now I'm just imagining that Datan, for some reason, likes mint-flavoured drinks, and that's just something that's stuck in Hooksaw's head. Or
Monty
Andy.
Pop. I like it.
Surely it's more like Mooney Top.
Alright. So you brought a crew with you. To be expected.
It's a prison full of people who are threatening to shoot my town. So yes, I brought someone to ensure my safety.
Yeah. But I think you'll find
Yeah.
that the old sailors are a bit more. They're a bit more amenable. They just want to get back out on the sea.
Yeah,
Why
I don't
was
blame
London
him. The sea's the best.
Strange things happen when you drink bad grog.
I'm not a
Oh,
very
yeah,
big
forgive
drinker,
her.
but I understand.
Yeah, don't drink the grog while you're here, guys. Don't drink it.
I should have given you some pre-warning. Yes, Captain Hooksaw is feeling a little under the weather today.
Well, I appreciate you seeing us regardless.
Yeah, you don't want to go in the loo, mate.
Now, duly noted. Yeah. State your terms, I suppose.
Let my guys go. We'll catch ourselves some boats. Sail back out on the sea. We cause you no trouble. You cause us no trouble.
And you don't return to this place.
That's one of your terms.
And should you visit Weep, no shenanigans.
No shenanigans.
You would be allowed within Weep, provided you don't cause trouble and you do not break the law. Should any of your people come back to Weep and break the law, they will come right back here.
Sounds fair.
Otherwise,
Mm,
happy sails to you, I suppose.
one of the other captains speak up and say, what sails exactly? We don't have a boat, so we'll be
I'm sure a
procuring
I'm
several.
sure a boat can be arranged quite easily.
Aye. We'll
Well,
arrange
we have
one.
here three. We have here 3 captains, so we be needing 3 boats.
I give you 2, and you find one on your own.
More like we fight over the last one.
Lads, I'll find my own.
Hmm.
I'm feeling in a giving mood after my lightning strike epiphany.
The drow
I'm
that seems
happy
to
to
be.
let you two have the boats. I will find my own. I'm very particular about my ship. So,
Hmm.
you can have the ones out of the goodness of Fluff Hat's here's heart. And I'll find my own.
The drow says, "That's awfully generous of you, Uxor. Unlike you."
Yeah, well, I think some of that grog's still got in my head, you know. But take the offer now, because once this noggin clears, I might change my mind.
Yeah. There's always the
Alright.
option, Hooksor, of you coming back to Weep with us and perhaps signing up as a privateer instead of a pirate. Still get to sail out on the seas, but you get to do it legally.
Tell you what, pointy head. We'll discuss all that later. Let's get the rest of these guys out of here first.
All right.
Alright.
In order for this to go ahead, Mr. Saw, Hook Saw, is it one is your first name Hook, last name Saw, or is it just one?
Just took saw.
Right. You come with us back to Weep. Decide on which 2 boats we are going to acquire for you. We get it all in writing, so it's all official. Then we send the boats out, get your men aboard, and off you go.
You alright with that, you two?
That sounds alright. Though the drow says, when will you be requesting my company, of course? Not going alone, are you?
It's a show of faith, I would assume.
That's exactly what he would be. That's how you would put it. So it's a show of faith.
Well,
As much as I'd love your
a
company,
very...
but if we want to make sure everyone's out, I'd rather you stay here and watch the others for me.
Or it's a very convenient way of capturing our captain.
All right. I will stay here. My men will take your captain. Fair?
Can't say I have any arguments with that.
Very well. I will hand my badge to Llyvelin, because the people of Weep and my brothers know Llyvelin. So that way they know this is coming from my authority.
All right.
And I find somewhere to take a seat.
Okay, sure.
Right then.
I see you down over here.
Of course, looks
We
around,
best-
he probably looks to the 2 other captains. He was like, right, you got a little bit more time. Round up your crews. Make sure everyone's ready. Of course, first moment those boats come, you can get your asses out of here.
All right. See you on the open seas then, Oxar.
You know, maybe or maybe not. Hopefully,
Is
it'll be on good terms.
I'm seeing that scene from Stardust. And then they're
Okay.
Just
The other...
remember- Just remember, come close to Weep. I ain't gonna be able to help you. So keep those toes out of Weep waters if you want to keep gallivanting and being nefarious, which I'm sure you lads love a little bit of nefarious.
very into this business.
All right. The other pirate admiral's like, well, could you make mine a schooner, please, by the way? If you've got any of those spare.
We'll see what we can do. Any other requests?
All right. Yes, obviously provisions. Stock it up with as much food, and could you get some of the decent grog instead of this practically poison?
I'll see what we can wrangle up for you. No promises, but I'll do my best. One sailor to
I
another.
think those last few kegs were probably somewhere in the sea.
Okay. All right. You're heading off with Llyvelin, Patience, and Karius. You get aboard the boat.
You're kind of
With
like
perhaps-
the drow good pat on the shoulder as he goes past and nods at him.
Oh, actually, while
Yeah.
we're at it... Actually, no, it doesn't matter. It's fine. I was going to say give Llyvelin my hat to give to Andy once she needs it, so she can attune and be Hooksora again later, but it'd be fine.
Yeah, potentially. If you ever need to make an appearance with him, I guess you could do that. That's weird to think that you'll basically in the future be playing as Titan and also Captain Hooksor if you ever need to make appearances, because you still got Hooksor's crew to deal with, technically. Like, they're going to be wondering where he is.
Mm-hmm.
Going to be a point in the future where they request Huxar. So you pop around the corner, put the hat on, change into Huxar, come back around, have a conversation, and then you go, Hey, wait, where's Monty Pot gone? And then you have to run back around the corner and...
Well, this is
Then
why
you
he
just
said he wants
downfire.
to go his own way.
Sure, his own way would be assuming the rest of the crew assume it means his own way from the other two captains. You're probably going to be splitting the crew.
We'll
Like-
cross that bridge when it comes to it. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I could, with Alt to Self, technically take the physical form of Hooksaw.
This is all in our heads, by the way. This is
Yeah.
very telepathic bond. We could just kill the crew. We just deal with the crew afterwards. How many can he possibly have?
It's fine. He can
Patient
the
says,
boat to the drow, make him the new captain.
wasn't this about avoiding bloodshed, Llyvelin?
Yeah, let's get Andy out of here, and then
Mhm.
we can discuss the next steps.
Yeah, the drow does stop Andy before they leave, and they're like, "You're absolutely sure about this, Captain? Just checking."
He said, "Are you
He's
actually
just,
sure?"
yeah, you're gonna pat him on the back, and he kind of stops you. And is like, "Are you absolutely sure this is a good idea?"
What was the drow's name?
Not even I can remember that. So
Ooh, hang on. Notebook.
Insert name here. We'll do fine.
I feel like it began with an L.
no idea.
Lorenzo.
I don't think it was that fancy, but anyway,
Lutz.
So I appreciate your thought. We've been together so long, you know. I completely get it. But let me do this for the crew.
All right,
I want
I'll
to get
keep
their
it.
asses out of here, I bet you, as much as you do.
Hmm. There's a clear look of concern over their face, but they let you pass. And
Being
yeah, you know,
right.
you've got like perhaps even minutes to spare as you like rush down,
Mm-hmm.
gather up all your weapons again, and get on
Check
the
them
boat.
over, make sure that they're actually our weapons as well. I assume they would be, but
Yeah, if they weren't, Hooksaw could easily order them to be handed over again.
yeah. And to be honest, if they've
But
managed in that short time to replicate any of my weapons, good luck to them.
Yeah. Okay, so setting sail, I guess. You
Yeah.
begin rowing back. And on the way, you feel the magic slipping away, Andy, as your shadowy
That's when another fog
identicals.
cloud rolls in.
just happens to be another foggy day here.
I mean, it's a harbour. You get a lot of fog by the sea.
True.
I kind of get the feeling when she changes back into her normal form, because she's going from a big, hairy bloke to basically a tiny waif of a girl, and they're on a boat, so almost the weight of the boat on one side just kind of like tips up quite suddenly.
Yeah, it's like a slosh.
She doesn't, because of all the bread she's eating. It's quite stable.
She weighs more than it looks.
Ugh.
Right.
I
they
think
can-
pulled that off.
You did a good job. Now we've just got the next step, which is securing 2 boats, and then somehow getting the 3rd crew out with you as their captain, but not with them. Unless you send a message back, but then they might just take that as an... I don't know. Not sure on
I
that.
don't think that drow will allow. They would just sail off. That's it.
Yeah.
If
Do it.
if stupid poison face Hooksaw just disappears, he's gonna come after us.
Yeah.
So, what happens if the Drow decides to rebel now and Detan's just there?
Well, they'll get locked up right away again.
I hope this doesn't become a rescue mission.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I suppose for the last few moments of it, because it would still be within the hour of you casting, the Invisible Stalker could be keeping them company.
Sure. Let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
I was just about to say the Dragonborn mage walks in with detect magic up,
Oh,
but
Hello.
they would know if there's an invisible stalk. I think that was the whole point you got rid of it, because
yeah.
the mage.
Oh yeah, the dragon. Yeah, forgot about the dragon bomb.
Yeah, well, he's walked in and he says, "You know, it's awfully good of you to come at this late hour. It's probably about 2 a.m.
You see the bags under my eyes. I've not had a moment of sleep since you lot got here. I'm more than happy to be here at 1 in the morning if it means that my people can sleep in their own beds without worrying about cannon fodder.
You should try sleeping in the cells down here.
I have.
Well, then you know what miserable conditions you put your prisoners in. This isn't a rehabilitation, this is a torture."
Yes, and it was before my time. You think I'm not trying to change things? I am not
No
my
one
father,
knows.
nor am I Kenwood. I'm a reasonable man who has seen things.
You see, he kind of grits his teeth as you say Kenwood. Whatever happened to him?
Trying to get dirt on him.
Oh, he's still in the city, is he?
He's in holding. We couldn't very well bring him over here when it's not a prison. He'd get a taste of his own medicine. Don't worry, I'll see to that.
We would have probably been tasting him if you had dropped him off, because he would have been eaten alive.
That's too good for all the torture he's given out. I think he deserves a hefty sentence of his own here, don't you?
He kind of nods.
As I said,
As long as I don't have to serve it next to him. So, about this paperwork then.
Mm-hmm.
Will we be getting pardons?
Not necessarily. Once you leave Weep's waters, you're not really any of my concern. The only records there are will be within Weep, should you return.
So what's stopping us from simply attacking your merchant vessels on the way in, since we're free to go do what we like?
Really, I'm offering you an out.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't be unreasonable.
You know, we're pirates here.
I'm well aware my grandfather's a pirate.
And what do pirates do?
I know what pirates
We-
do,
They mug
but
people.
you know that they are Weep ships coming into Weep, which you know well enough by this point, considering how many of them you've made pay for their wares to pass. You can avoid them. They said if they finally reach Weep, and I receive news that you've pillaged them, we may have trouble.
And what would you do?
I don't really know the answer to
Send...
that.
You can't really send an armada out. Pirate hunting is tricky.
I suppose I could always put out a bounty.
Let's see.
Again, I do not want to be unreasonable. I would just like this over with in the most amenable way possible.
I just wonder how the rest of the city is going to see you as the one who just opened up all the cages and let a whole bunch of bloodthirsty pirates out into the open oceans.
Look,
I would just wonder, is anyone going to feel safer out there?
why do you care? It's my
Since-
reputation that's on the line, not yours. You're already pirates.
Because something just seems fishy. It's almost too good to be true.
If you want, I can always leave, and you can stay here and rot. I was going to wait
Oh,
you out.
no. You're not going anywhere. See, since you're basically our collateral.
Well, then, could you please stop being pig-headed? I'm doing what's
I'm-
best for everyone. Stop complaining. You're like a child.
It's not complaining. It's simply logic. You're letting loose a load of pirates. You say, oh, then they're not a problem in the docks. So merchant ships can go freely back and forth, and yet those same merchant ships could now be attacked on the open ocean. Do you see? They're not any safer just by releasing pirates
What
and
would you
giving
have me
them
do?
their own crews.
What would you have me do? If you were in my shoes, what would you do?
Hmm.
I have an entire city to protect. I have a bunch of innocent people behind bars here. You lot are slowly starving and diseasing yourselves to death.
No, we're not starving. I don't know why everyone keeps thinking we're starving. Every time a merchant vessel comes in, we just simply tax them.
You
And
do
take all
realize
their
I've
food.
had orders for them to divert. A few more months and you would be starving.
Well, I always have my magic. At least I can feed myself.
Well,
If
then-
I was you, though, if you were asking me what I would do, it'd be simple. Half these pirate crews, they're all there in their own little cliques, you see. And there's only one thing pirates, pirates, they don't have any rules about not attacking other pirates, see. So if I was you, I would have turned all of them against one another. That would have
Right,
dealt with your
and
pirate
the fact
problem.
that they collectively do not trust me works how in my favor?
Hey, you said what would I do? I didn't say how you would do it.
Logically, for me, it doesn't make sense. It would not have worked. None of you trust me as far as you can throw me, which is evident by the conversation that we're having here right now. Both you and the drow do not trust me, despite the fact that the drow was probably one of the people that I got on with.
They actually look towards the drow as it happens right now. Did you find the name?
No.
I didn't think so. All right. So they look back at you, fold their arms. They do make a good point. Seems like you're sort of moving the problem down the road. Do you have any way to hunt pirates?
Yes.
And that is?
Well, if I tell you, then you have a way out. We'll call it insurance.
See? The Dragonborn says, I knew it! It is too good to be true.
No,
your
it's
plan
only
is to
too
hunt
good
us.
To be true, should you attack any of my city or any of our ships.
Hmm.
Those were the rules I stipulated.
My original question was, are we getting pardons?
No, and I said that.
Well, then we're still wanted criminals, and we could
You're
still
still
be
pirates.
hunted.
You're still pirates.
You-
The deal was I give you ships, I let you leave. Pardons were not part of the equation. You are still criminals.
Mm,
And you've just admitted to going back to pillaging, so...
hypothetically. That's what
Yes.
pirates do. I'm not
It is
responsible
what
for all the
pirates do,
captains.
which is why you're not getting pardoned. At least not by me.
Drow says, right. But if we attack you, you attack us. If we don't attack you, you don't attack us or hunt us down.
Yes, that's more or less the deal.
The thing is, not all of your ships, we can't always tell what's going to weep, what's not. There's no way to not accidentally tread on your toes.
I suppose that's your problem.
Some ships will inevitably be belonging to the Clawed Coast, or perhaps other
If you
continents.
intercept a ship that is part of our merchant trade here in Weep, they'll have a manifest stating that this is where they're going. You find you find Weep's name on it, you leave it. You don't hurt anyone, and you take only what is necessary.
This all sounds like we're all trying to play nice, and I don't see it happening with these types of greedy, bloodthirsty types.
At the end of the day, the needs of the many outweigh the want of the one. I would love to hang each and every one of you. I'm not going to, because that would not ensure the safety of my people. I am trying to ensure the safety of my people. That is my job. Do not make my job any harder.
Well, you're making it very hard by not having pardons. If we're not free men, then we're criminals.
You
And
are
we'll
criminals.
stay as criminals.
You are criminals. You're escaping a prison.
I think what my scaly friend is trying to say here is, as long as we're always branded as criminals, that's what they'll be. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, basically. Or a self-perpetuating problem. Not everyone here thinks
I'm
alike.
giving you 2 ships.
Not everyone here
Do not-
thinks
if
alike.
you want to walk-
We
if
aren't
you want
all
to walk away from
bloodthirsty
a life
pirates.
of crime, then do so yourself.
We can't. Not whilst we still have a bounty on our heads.
Have I put a bounty on your head? No. As I said, the
We
paperwork is in Weep, it stays in Weep. The minute you do anything to antagonize, then I will use that. If
That
you
sounds
don't,
like
then
a
I won't.
pardon. That
It's not a
sounds like a
pardon.
pardon to me.
If you want
You
a pardon, that's in
offered-
writing. I am not giving you it in writing.
You
You
offered
have
us
to prove
to
me
walk
that
the
you're making
city.
changes.
You offered to us to be able to walk the cities freely.
Yes, you can.
How can a criminal walk freely amongst a city?
Have you been to the Weep in the last 8 years? There's been
That's
enough
because
of them.
That'd be because of the corrupt guard.
You realise that most of the Blue Belter are now part of the Undercity Guard. I have given them second chances, they have taken it.
You hired
It's a
them?
tentative relationship, but it is going well.
You hired criminals.
I have given them a second chance, as I am doing for you. They are
Not
still
quite.
criminals. They still have
You're
records.
letting... There's a difference between letting a dog off the leash and basically adopting the dog and teaching it tricks. You've
Do
given
what
them
you will.
jobs. You've given them pay.
Yes.
Whereas all you're doing is opening the cages on a bunch of bloodthirsty pirates. Do you
If
see
you
the
want
difference?
a second chance, if you want a job to earn your pardon, say so. There's potential for that. But you earn your
Okay.
pardon. I'm not just giving it to you.
They kind of side-eye the Dragonborn. They side-eye the Drow. Well, now we come to the real reason why we approached you. Unlike the other brainless scum out there, they just hate your guts and are waiting to get out of here so they can go back to pillaging. We didn't walk into this room without a reason. we're the thinkers. And we've seen some holes in your plan. So, if you're offering something more, we want on.
What do you want? What is your suggestion?
You just said you've hired them as guards. I mean, if you're hiring criminals as guards, then what's stopping me from being a judge? What's stopping this mage from being a...
No, you work from the bottom up. You do not just get to be a judge. None of them do. They are working their way from the bottom up. They cleared, trees from busted roads. They are doing the menial work and working their way up. If you want pardons, if you want to start fresh, I am more than willing to give you the opportunity. But you start from the ground up. You earn it.
Oh. Well. Working's one thing. But still, if we are to be working citizens with a paying job, we can't be branded as criminals.
If you want to start afresh, I will not tell anyone who you are. There are ways around it. You do a year of honest work, and I will give you pardons.
Now that's the type of thing I want in writing.
I am more than happy to put in writing if you agree to it. But as I said, you need to do the work. You need to be willing to do the work.
You do realize I, as a mage, and my friend here definitely have a little bit more skills and magic that lend themselves to more than just menial tasks.
I use my invisible mage hand and I levitate something in the room.
They kind of nod. I've noticed you've had some conjuration in here since you walked in.
I have abilities. It's frowned upon in Weep, but they are slowly coming round. As I said, I can find honest work for you both, if you want to start new.
I think what my friend here is trying to say is that our skills are better put to use other than just lifting logs.
I never said that that's what you had to do. I said you had to start from the bottom. The library could use help.
And?
There's certainly some schools, provided you're not a bad influence, that could use helpers. Or if you're adept at healing, we could do with some healers.
Can't do that. The Assassin says, you're probably making a lot of enemies like this. You mentioned Kenwood earlier. You could put my skills to use, if you want to start from the bottom, so to speak. We could literally take out the trash for you.
No, I will not do that. I deal with him honestly. As much as I would love to gut him, that's not how I do things. There are those in Weep that do not approve of the choices I have made, but I have made them for the better of Weep. I have done what I can to secure their safety and their well-being. And I will continue to do so.
You're a strange, strange captain. Unlike any other I've encountered.
I spent several years as a rat. I've been to the Feywild. I've almost died several times. I've lost friends. And I came home to find that my father had become a ridiculous waste of space. I've seen some shit. It's changed me. And when I say I spent years as a rat, I do not mean that metaphorically, I mean literally. It was not a good time. I do not recommend it.
All right. Well,
My offer stands.
think
If you'd like a second chance and start fresh, a year of service, you get your pardon.
I'll let those who are interested know.
Fine.
The drow begins to walk out of the room. The mage kind of looks around one more time and then goes back to guarding the door, still with clearly concentrating on detect magic.
I'm gonna take a nap on a crate.
Okay.
I'm exhausted.
Back
Also, it
to
shows trust to the guy guarding the door.
sure. Back in the harbor of Weep, you can basically pick out 2 ships that you wish to donate to pirates.
Yes, we wouldn't be able to pick merchant vessels because those wouldn't make sense, but Weep probably has some of its own ships, so, and as requested, we'll look for honestly, I'm trying to remember. Schooner's like a smaller ship, right? Like a smaller, faster ship?
Yeah, it is a faster one. It's still 4 masts on the damn thing. But yeah, it's usually piloted by a smaller crew.
Yeah.
That they're able to kind of outmaneuver bigger vessels.
I'm pretty sure it's what our airship is based on. Because it was one that was manageable by a small crew.
I picked the slowest one that's called Wait and See, but spelled C-E-A.
Sure.
And it's the slowest ship.
But we'll also get them a schooner because they requested it specifically.
Yeah, sounds like he already knew potentially how they could have got jibbed by some sort of skiving player character like Llyvelin here. Like, oh, give him the biggest, slowest one with it's falling apart. That's probably why he requested a schooner, so you can...
No, it's just with that name, it had
speed.
to be a slow one.
Okay. Yeah, well, fair enough.
Karius looks at the boat and just sort of considers an idea for how to make it sink itself once they get further out enough to sea. Because there are ways to do that quite easily. He's just like, do we actually want to let them go, or... I mean, I know we were trying to avoid bloodshed, but that was more innocent bloodshed.
Well,
I feel like we really should be dealing with them, but like we need to get all the innocents out there first.
You know what?
Maybe we do get the innocents out and then we deal with them afterwards.
Yeah. Actually,
There's
as
always a chance they may decide, actually, they want to try an honest life after, everything that's happened.
True.
Because let's face it, who wants to end up back in the prison?
Yeah. Using the telepathic... Yeah.
If we find them out there and they're causing problems, then we deal with it.
Yeah. If that's what we want to do.
Be on our way.
That's what we want to do.
Patient says they probably will be wanting to check over the ships before we hand them over. It's probably best we don't just outright insult them.
I was thinking if...
The Tan's there. We can't risk their life.
Yeah, that's true. I was thinking, though, if we did want to do something like that in the future, you could put, like, a spike on the inner side of the rudder, so as they're going along over time, it will just wear through the bottom of the ship and work a hole into it. But
Yeah, possibly.
but we'll play the good. Well, we are the good guys, but we'll play the. Suppose we'll keep to our word and get this done. We'll requisition the 2 ships, and I guess I can probably sell one of them over there with magic easily enough, and Eirina can probably do the same actually with her shield.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you could do that with the helmsman's wheel.
Yes, I can control the ship.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll sail across on one because I can easily get back, and Eirina can remote control the other.
Mm-hmm.
And these ships, are they loaded up with cannons and food and provisions?
They'll have basic food to last them a bit, I guess. They'll have grog as they requested. They'll have water supplies, but actually, I'll mess using the telepathic bond. I'll go to Titan. Do you want to leave the ships with their cannons on, or?
They did not request weapons, so
That is true. They didn't specifically ask.
if they want to have
It's a-
weapons, then they
No.
must make them themselves.
Normally, you would specify not having cannons. As like saying, I'd like a shirt, and then
Well-
it being like no sleeves.
We'll
don't-
give them the cannons. We just won't give them the gunpowder.
Okay, you could do it that way as well. That's all. I'm just getting specifications, so
Unless,
I know.
yeah, I will ask Titan specifically, as this is their plan, and we've got the telepathic bond. Do you want them armed or not when they leave?
If they want cannons, they can take the ones off the fort. They can load them up themselves.
Understood. No.
That's basically precisely what they were gonna do if you took the cannons off the ships.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so you're just
fine.
making more work for them.
Yes.
What the hell? You could just let them have the cannons on the ship instead of
I think
having
it-
them.
But the
Load
ones
up
in the
all the
fort are
cannons.
old.
I think it's called being petty.
Or do we leave the
This will
cannons
work.
on? Do we leave the cannons on the ship and make it look like they have enough gunpowder, but we'll actually shortchange them by like having like the bottom filled with sand?
Do you know what? We're doing a show of faith. We'll leave what's on the ship already on the ship, but we won't give them extra.
Mhm.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
A
A standard outfitting of cannons and gunpowder then.
yeah. How do
Okay.
we want to deal with the Hooksaw situation, because they're going to be probably expecting him to come back?
Well, they've got our captain, we've got theirs.
Yeah, that may. I'm just trying to think what our best. Because by that logic, when we get back, we'd have to swap you for Hooksaw, but we don't have a Hooksaw to swap. And if you're bringing back people to Weeb, they're going to wonder where Hooksaw is. Llyvelin, do you have like alter self, disguise self, anything like that?
I'm pretty sure I have alter self, but not prepared.
Damn.
We were gonna
Yeah.
storm a prison.
Yes, you're going to storm a prison, but that doesn't mean you need to prepare an offensive spell at every level for
No,
every single spell. Like,
No,
Do-
I've
do
just
you-
got a few but they don't benefit right now.
You've
Invisibility
got
will help.
you've got
Mirror...
chain lightning, circle of death, cone of cold, like
Yeah.
wall of fire, lightning bolt. I think
Scrying.
just point. Sure,
Scrying.
scrying's useful, but like you've got multiple different like offensive spells at every single level.
Polymorph isn't offensive unless you make it offensive.
It can be.
Patience
Counterspell isn't
doesn't-
offensive. That's the opposite of offensive. That's stopping the
It's
offense.
combat. Then there you go. Combat spells. You got an effective combat spell for every
Okay.
single level.
Suggestions.
No, that would make sense. I'm trying to think.
Featherfall.
Kesh'an can't easily disguise themselves as anyone else. Andy. Does Andy have any other disguise spells that they can do at this? With a major image, if you were to put it on like something like a boat, would it be able to go with the boat? Like,
Which is a major image.
yeah.
move
Major
it.
image, good.
But you'd have to move the boat at a very slow pace, like 20. I think it's like 20 feet per round, or something like that. I mean, what? Does say you can actually move it, but it's not very fast.
So I'm thinking maybe one of us could row, pretend to be Hooksaw, and just have them be rowing away in view of the, like, far enough in view of the fort. So it looks like he's left to go do his own thing on a little sailboat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how to sail a boat, Andy? Or row a boat?
I mean, I've seen people do it.
Okay. And
As long as you are within range of the illusion, you can use an action to cause the image to move to another spot within range. So you'd have to be within range moving it.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Every turn.
Andy would have to be on the ship at least for a little while until it's like out of view of the port, and then.
Which ship? The pirates are taking the ships.
Well, I
They'll
was
be on the
thinking.
ship.
I was thinking they're just in this case for this, it would just be like a little rowboat that we see like Hooks or just row down the coast on, or something,
Mm-hmm.
or even like a
Patience will ask,
little.
why do we need Hooksaw to come back to the fort?
Well, because if
Bless you.
either they're going to expect their
Gesundheit.
captain there, if we're
Right,
going to get
okay.
our captain back potentially, or if they don't, then when they get to Weep, they're going to be expecting to see Hooksaw. So either way, we need to have a good
Right.
reason for Hooksaw not to be here, right? Or am
Mhm.
I overthinking this?
No, you're right. We're effectively dividing their forces into three. We need to get those ships gone. We need to make sure they're divided first.
Right.
If there's any chance of them revealing that it's an illusion and they're already still here and they have weapons on a boat, then we're screwed.
Yeah, I
I think
think-
we're overthinking it because the crew that want to go with Hooksaw are going to stay at the fort until Hooksaw comes, right? So we can get the other two gone at least.
Yeah, we just send them the boats, wait for them to leave, and then deal with Hooksaw's crew one way or another.
What Patience is saying, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could.
Patience is basically right.
Yeah, let's do that then. This is just me overthinking
Okay.
things.
So you sail two ships back, fully
Mhm.
armed, fully laden with rations.
Yep.
The two captains do have their men, and they themselves inspect everything. They're
Yep.
still a little suspicious of all this, and they check everything. It seems amenable. You've not tried to do any funny stuff with shortchanging them or anything. They seem to search through this stuff thoroughly. They're pirates after all. They know how to like. You can't fool a fool. You can't trick a trickster. It seems as though they are definitely going through everything and making sure it's all tip-top shape. All right, these seem to be adequate. Looks like you got your schooner, and I think we can be on our way. It seems.
Right.
We'll gather our men, be out of your hair.
And I'll make sure the winds are in your favor.
Oh, thank you kindly. All right, come on, men. Let's get out of this miserable joint. One is like, are we taking this grog with us? Like, you gotta be kidding, right? No, leave the puke-filled barrels where they are. And yeah, they begin hopping onto their ships and setting sail, and they seem to be wanting to leave in a hurry.
Yeah. In order. Yeah.
They're suspicious of a counterattack or something.
In order to speed their escape, I'm going to use control winds to basically blow them in the right direction as quickly as I can.
Okay. Yeah. They head west out into the open ocean. And
Right.
the Drow and Dragonborn, they're still here. And they say, and what of our captain? Where are they? Still in Weep?
Probably.
Yep. Still back in Weep. Didn't see much point in them coming back over here. Got some paperwork to sign and whatnot.
Really, we should be leaving with one of these ships, since if our captain has a plan on acquiring one to get out of here, can't just leave us stranded.
I mean, he might pick you up on the way, I guess. I don't know what's on his mind.
Did he not say anything? Like, surely it makes sense more to get on a ship with the other crew and sail until we find another ship to acquire ourselves.
I mean, that depends on you guys. I mean, I know he's your captain, but maybe he's chosen to stay and weep. I didn't really ask him. I was busy loading up the ships. If you want to make your own way, might be a boat, I guess, that we can provide, but could always arrange transportation to take you somewhere and then just drop you off.
Take us to Weep.
Right. Okay. I'll go borrow another boat, I guess, if I'm transporting an entire pirate crew. I just sort of look.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Karius will just hop on their glaive and fly across, I guess. So,
I was gonna say, we didn't bring a boat to take you back.
yep. Detan, what's your orders here? As you're the one in charge of this little thing. Do we go get a boat to transport them to Weep?
I'm gonna look between the Drow and the Dragonborn. How many of you made decisions?
Roll a D100. Holy shit. That's a lot higher than what I was expecting. 77% of Booksoul's crew are interested in pardons.
Okay,
That's a pretty good percentage.
that's pretty good. Karius,
Yep.
do me a favor. Go to the station and bring me some employment forms.
All right.
You'll meet a man there. Big fancy hat, white mask. His name is Alabaster. I've left him in charge. Explain to him what's happened.
Yep.
And just bring me the forms and a boat, please.
Right. Okie dokie. Alright, off we go, Eirina. We'll fly back. And Kara's just on the way. It's just like, oh, I realise this is the best way of doing things potentially, but God, this is convoluted. It just,
For the safety of the people.
I know. Right. Oh, right. I will.
Sometimes some of these problems just seem to solve themselves, seemingly.
Once we get back, I will borrow the badge from Llyvelin that Tan gave them so that I have some form of authority. Then go to the station, which Karius would know where is because he's been to Weep before. Because this is where the party started off with them.
It is.
And
barracks.
And knock on the door.
You see a tall, slim man with a tricorn hat. They are wearing, even now, a kind of white porcelain, I think it might be, porcelain mask. And it seems to be, kind of, like you're seeing in this image here, it's this really long, pointy chin, slight smirking face. This fancy dressed man is supposed to be the head of a criminal organization, but also now instated as the captain of the guard. Well, not the captain of the guard, but rather in charge of mostly the manpower. Yeah.
Right.
Keeping the streets clean.
Yeah. Hello there, Alabaster. I'm here on behalf of Datan. There's the badge. I'm here to pick up employment forms for. Karius does a quick calculation on how many 77% people is for them. This many people.
He tips his hat as you walk in and says, "You're with Captain Montiport, aren't you? I remember your face."
Yeah, for the time being, at least, whilst we're in Weep.
Ah. All right.
And
employment forms.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's not that easy.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking for jobs.
Well, 2/3 of the pirates have left now, which is good. And the last third, 77% of them, apparently, Datan has promised the opportunity to work for a pardon for. So.
Oh. Well, that solves a lot of issues here.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why unemployment was running rampant was because the bay was out of order.
Yep. Well,
but if the pirates are no longer an issue, then we have many jobs opening. Dock workers being one of them.
Exactly. Yeah, so you can get those forms together. I'll get them over to Datan. We'll get them filled in. Not sure what's going to happen to the other 23%. Yeah.
Well, the likelihood is that they'll be making a bit of a stink in my harbor. They're going to be either trying to acquire passage elsewhere, or they're going to be rats in the city.
Well, either way, I'm sure between you, Datan, and your lovely guard and the new manpower you'll potentially have, you can get somewhere with it. I'm not an expert on these things. I'm just doing what Titan asked me in this case. Personally, I would have just electrocuted a lot of them, but you know.
I do happen to be an expert in criminal organizations, and if only they had a higher number, you could expect some kind of mutiny from them. That's typically what happens when there's a disagreement amongst them. But if your numbers are to be correct, they probably know better than to raise arms.
Yeah.
It seems like I've got a quarter of a crew to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're likely going to be causing trouble.
I mean, if you've got an extra ship, I mean, as they've already had 2 to abscond with, but you got a third. But I think Titan only promised them 2.
We didn't even have 2. Titan is going to have to deal with that when we get back. And
They're part of a wealthy family or something, right?
Yes, well, used to be. I don't think you have any idea of how much a ship truly costs, but...
Oh, I do. They're expensive.
Those ships weren't necessarily given freely. They had to be taken.
Well, that's eminent domain or something like that.
We have 2 angry captains and 2 crew without jobs at the moment. So...
Yeah, well, city politics isn't really my thing. Smashing things, sailing, I quite enjoy sailing. Yeah.
I'll talk to Titan. But here's the employment forms.
Right, I will take them back. And I need to borrow a boat to bring them all over here, because I'm not flying them over one by one. That would take forever. Right.
Yeah, take probably one of the smaller sloops.
Yeah.
You don't need to have it. It doesn't need to be like a full thing. You're only transporting. So just a small ship like a sloop will do.
Yeah. To be honest, there's probably a ship in the harbour specifically for transporting to here, right? Like there'd be like a prison ship or something.
Yeah. There is, yeah.
That's okay.
That's probably the sloop.
Yeah, so...
but, yeah.
Karius will take
with
that
the whole kind of
over.
outfitted.
Yeah.
For, like, prisoners. Okay, so you sail back over. You deliver the news.
Yeah.
And, I guess the crew... I don't see them being much of an issue now. You've sort of split them up. And of the remaining crew, a lot of them want pardons anyway. If this had been a different split, there'd be a mutiny on your hands that you'd have to deal with. Though they haven't got the numbers. They just don't. I think you can all collectively roll insight checks.
Yep.
Wow. That's some good rolls out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, let's sail these lot back then.
Andy. Okay. Okay, so Llyvelin and Andy, you kind of pick up there's a little bit of disgruntledness amongst some of the crew who don't seem as eager to be going back to Weep on this transport ship. They seem to be almost like side-eyeing each other almost like you were expecting them to jump at the nearest opportunity to somehow grab a hold of Datan and hold him hostage again, but with their numbers so divided and on different pages, it just feels like they haven't got the opportunity to do it. So, yeah, there's this kind of awkwardness among some of the crew, and you can almost sense the divide between them. And it seems evident almost immediately as soon as the captain is out of the picture. These type of men are just instantly divided. This is why you have a captain to unify these kind of people who are so out for themselves, so self-centered, and that they would do anything to just sort of get a hold of the reins. And yeah, it's just an uneasiness as you're sailing back. You can tell it bears keeping an eye on.
Yeah. Oh, once we've transported them back and they're getting ready to unload, I just sort of looked at Tan. And now we sail back and let the guards out of prison and transport them?
Yes.
They
we
have.
will-
Yeah, you could have, on that same instance, let them
okay.
out as you're
Yeah.
loading up the ship, and they could just simply take back over the fort at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. We'll just...
And that's probably another added reason as to why they can't really do anything. Their hands are practically tied at this point.
Yeah. And to be honest, Karius probably would have even said to the guards, should you see a signal from us, just sink this ship. We'll get off of it and they can just drown.
All right.
All of you get some
they're-
rest as best you can. There's food and grog here. We'll send supplies over to you shortly.
The foreman does, come over to shake your hand, says, "Oh, can't thank you enough. I don't know how you managed to do it, but..."
Not without sacrifices. I'm just sorry we didn't get here sooner for you. Fresh start.
A lot of us are going to need medical attention. Some of us are
I will send someone
starting to
over.
get... Yes, all right. Thank you.
I mean,
All of you
patience
just,
could have
for the time
come...
being, get some rest.
Yeah, patients can basically spend all their spell slots curing any diseases
Yeah.
and healing any wounds where they tried to fight
The town
against
is thinking of patients' well-being too, so he's going to send some supplies over too.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, patience is healing the wounded when they first took over this place and curing any diseases that may have festered in this place.
They've all got screwy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The damp conditions are rife for bacteria. Well, okay. The foreman's reinstated back in the fort, and the journey back is uneventful, even if it is uneasy.
As we get to the dock, like before anyone gets off, I'm gonna stand there with like someone, and as each person comes off, we're gonna fill out an employment form so we've got details.
You got it. Yep, and it's also the agreed upon pardons they were asking for. They want that in writing.
Yeah, so the employment contract, I'll add a stipulation to the bottom saying that after their year of service, they are officially pardoned. It's part of the contract, basically.
Got it.
Imagine some
Got
of
it.
the weird names on these contracts.
Yep.
Imagine a hook saw's name.
They are expecting their captain when they arrive, though. The whole crew are like, "So, where's Huxel? Where's our captain?" We're not letting loose the town until we have our captain back.
Okay, this is a poor start to employment contract.
How is it?
Is that the other 25%, or is that all of them?
Everyone.
Oh.
They're still all. They would like look. The quarter would have made a move if they had numbers and weren't divided. Their tenuous alliance is only held by a thread of expectation, and that is that Hooksor is going to lead them and make the calls. Otherwise, there would have been a mutiny, but because there isn't a mutiny, it means that Hooksor is still in charge. Where is Hooksor? That is the question.
I'm going to try something because I think Andy probably would have stayed relatively out of sight
Okay.
for now.
Yeah.
And
Do you have the hat of
basically,
disguise?
she's going to, like, sort of semi-cover her arms up in filth and kind of sort of like, I don't know, you know, beforehand, like if you run on the spot too long, you tire yourself out. So she's like trying to make herself look like.
Oh, she's gonna pull a liar in the bathroom where he beats himself up.
No. Well, she's her own face now, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'll also mention you do have the hat of disguise. Tatan gave that to you before you left, and with it being an hour back, you could have attuned to it as well. Just want to point that out.
oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, so she can change into.
Yeah.
She can, but it's only visual. It's not physical.
So you'd have to.
I don't. Thing is, I don't know if this is going to work. If that's
Okay.
You'd have to be quiet and just not say a word.
exactly, she
Go with your original plan. What were you gonna do?
basically what I was going to do was because of course he's drank bad grog
Mm.
and kind of make it seem like we tried everything, but unfortunately it was too late.
Oh my god! He's gonna make out he died from poisoning.
So like that's why she's trying to make
Holy
herself
shit.
filthy and stink and stuff, like he's been throwing up still and things like that.
Oh my god!
Tiring herself out, like because of course Andy herself technically is the one who's always the one who tends to help in medical things.
You've got prestidigitation. You can make yourself smell like vomit.
Yeah, so she can make herself smell like vomit.
Oh my god!
Probably kind of like get some blood on herself and stuff like that, and she's literally gonna sort of like walk out and just with the most forlorn look on her face, like she's almost a little bit scared to have to tell them this. And she kind of like looks around and she's like, "I'm sorry, he's gone.
Oh my.
I tried everything, but once I got there, he took a turn, and he started throwing up everywhere, and there was blood. I don't know. I don't know what more to tell you. I tried everything."
Roll a deception check with disadvantage. I'm almost tempted to make this be like a -10 penalty as well. There's no way they buy this. It's just impossible. Like, they had exactly this fear. Like, they leave the captain for one moment
I know.
and he dies. It's like they clearly offed him. Okay, so with a 21, some of the crew are like, "What? No way!" And some of them are shocked and like they they don't know what to say.
She's literally
Others,
tearing up. You know, she's actually making herself tremble because like she's like terrified to actually have to tell these pirates what's happened.
He did look really rough on the way back. I thought he was just seasick. It's kind of funny as a pirate.
dragon The Dragonborn, however, is not buying it, even with the 21. He's like, there's no fucking shot. He said he was getting better. In fact, he delivered an entire speech. Seemed to be doing just fine then. You really expect us to believe that our captain isn't made of tougher stuff and couldn't handle a bit of grog?
Are you a medical expert? She's like saying through sobs. Do you know how much water and how much blood you use when you vomit up like that? Do you know
but
how little it is possible to survive when you've lost that much water in your blood?
I'm no doctor, but I am a mage. And I know that magic is easily enough to rid one of poison.
Well,
Heck,
so am I.
You even
I
had your
studied
cleric
magic,
back there
and
curing
I tried
diseases
everything.
of gods. And the drow says, and I may not be a doctor, but I know my poisons well. If this was a disease, it would have been a slow and steady decline. It wouldn't have been the moment they got back.
Do you even hear yourselves right now? This is denial. I have been there. I have lost my mother and my father. This is why I started doing this. To try and stop this from happening. But I'm sorry. This time, I couldn't. Sometimes that's how it happened. I literally have saved so many lives. But this time I just couldn't. And do you know how much that makes me hurt too? Having to come in front of you big brutes. Me? You see me, right? She's like gesturing to her sides and everything. Knowing that you would probably kill me. Just because I couldn't save your friend. But I know your pain. And I am telling you, I did everything I could.
Well, we'll mourn. Mourn Hooksor later. Right now, what is more painful is the sting of betrayal. And they look towards you, Datan, as they say this. A lot of the crew is still unsure as to what to think, but these two clearly are not confused.
My offer still stands.
Well, isn't that convenient? We lose our captain, we become good citizens.
I'm not forcing you to do anything. You're more than welcome to get on a boat and leave. All I offered you was a second chance at life. If you want those pardons, that was my offer. With or without Hooksor, the offer still stands. That has not changed. If you want a new life, you are welcome to it.
Jeez. Man. So then it's effectively like you just killed their captain and then offered them a life of to turn it all around, of redemption.
I mean,
it's almost like a threat, if anything.
No, your captain was unwell before.
I'm saying this out of game. I'm saying this out of game. Wait. Step out of this for a second, because there's no way these two believe it. They've stated their reasons. The mage knows you have magic to heal diseases. The assassin knows it was poison at this rate.
Okay,
there's
but
no
the
way.
captain was sick before we even got to the island, as far as they're aware. So how could it have been us that poisoned him? If he was poisoned, it was one of you lot.
Right, you could play the they did it card.
That's what
There
I'm
was
playing.
There's already some suspicion with the drow, but
I mean, the easiest card there is, you, as you said, you're the expert in poisons. If you think he died by poison and you're so sure about it, it must have been you who put that poison in his drink.
he laughs. That's a ridiculous notion.
Is it?
I've served the captain loyally. Yes. I've done everything to assist and aid the captain. More
Yeah,
so
and
than anyone else here in this crew.
And he kept you in that filthy squalor for years. Or ages. I don't know how long you were there.
I mean, if
The first
not,
thing he mentioned when I arrived was that he wasn't feeling well. Clearly, if he was poisoned, he was poisoned before I got there.
Make a deception check. Both of you, Titan and Karius.
This could go very badly.
Mm-hmm.
I have a minus
There we
one.
are.
Oh god.
I'm going to use lucky to re-roll that. Thank you.
Good guys trying to lie their way out of this.
It's a little bit better.
It is a bit better. I only wish these guys had better insights. Bardic inspiration. Of course, the assassin knows he didn't poison him. He doesn't need to roll. But it does look as though the Dragonborn is a little suspicious, since he was the one who first even suggested that was the idea. Like someone else poisoned the captain. And it's almost as if, just like how he predicted, like you asked him what he would do in your shoes, and you've done exactly that. You've turned them against one another. I do hope you can get. Oh my god, I'm saving that line. They look towards their drow companion and they say, You know, a lot of us have always been wondering why you were so close to the captain. Perhaps you made such an extra effort in getting close to them that for the express reason of doing this. And they go, don't believe them. They're not even remotely close to the truth. They look around. But I don't think there's much convincing them. It seems they already had their suspicions. They go, I do hope you'll find that sleep that you've been looking for so dearly, Montiport. I don't imagine how you can sleep at night when you pretend to be the good guys. What now, then? You know what? We'll take our little contract. And they kind of like snatch it out of your hands, effectively. We'll play nice for now.
As I said, the offer stands. I'm not going to go back on it.
The drow begins to walk off into the shadows. You can't help but feel like at one point, one day in the future, there will be a reckoning. Some sort of recompense for Hooksaw's murder. Since he is a drow assassin.
Well, then he doesn't get his pardon, does he?
You don't know. You might just be playing along, working as a friendly old dock worker, but you can't help but feel like that sleeping at night, hoping that you can get some sleep at night, is almost some weird veiled threat.
Yeah, I got the threat. Jatan doesn't sleep very much. He's a busy man. And if he gets murdered, he gets murdered.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen how Andy can basically take out an entire captain in one round.
Telepathically
It's a real
due to
possibility.
I know.
Tan, once he's gone and the rest have scattered, do you want us to deal with him to remove him as a problem? Or are you really wanting to go through with it?
Leave him. If it's anyone, he comes for me. I'm gonna take the rest of them to the now emptied warehouse. Just temporarily, and I'll explain to them, look, I'll find you guys some bedding for the time being until we can get you proper accommodation sorted.
These crew do not seem all that happy.
I can imagine, but this is very short notice. I can't just give them a place to live. I need to figure things out.
They are playing along, it seems, almost at this point. Just the loss of their captain is something that's hit them all pretty hard. And they don't know who to believe.
I'm gonna sort of start to head out so I can head back to the headquarters, basically. I'm just gonna give Andy a sort of pat on the shoulder. Could you give them like a lament or a song for Hooks or honor his memory? Because given, like, obviously when you take on his form, you get a glimpse into who he is, his life, that sort of thing. So you probably help.
Tell you what, she probably knows what his favourite song was. But of course, no doubt, it was probably a crass sea song.
Probably.
But you know what? She's like, you know what? They will appreciate it. But she'll almost play it like she does. She knows what it is, but she doesn't. She's like, it's a popular sea song about sailing the ocean and discovering and a lot of other things that would be seen as a little bit nefarious. But
my brain just had a really funny thought. So she's doing this, and obviously she's embodied Hooksaw for a bit, so she's kind of picked up on like little movements and twitches and things that he would do.
Yeah.
And then she just goes at the end, oh yes, my father really liked this song.
Yeah.
According to my mother.
So yeah, it's almost like her trying to like condone with them in a way. So yeah.
Yeah. You can roll me a performance check, but I'm going to say again at disadvantage. They've just had their captain murdered, and they did say earlier that they think it's murder, whether it be you, Datan, the assassin, whoever. It's regardless, they've been murdered. That's how they see it. They don't see it as they died from this. Some of them are still in shock, but earlier they said they'll mourn their captain later. Right now is what feels worse is like they don't know who to take their vengeance out on. 21. They obviously you perform it exceptionally well, almost to the letter, but you can tell there's still this uneasiness amongst them, as if several of them are just waiting for you all to leave. And perhaps even the Dragonborn approaches you after the performance, and they're like, "It's beautifully played, but all due respect, we don't really mourn our captain. We don't mourn anyone until the job is done. We remember them at the end of it.
What do you want to do?
Once someone has paid the price. And no doubt someone will pay. One day.
Yeah, she's not going to say anything to him because she knows anything she's going to say, he's not going to truly listen to what she's trying to tell him. So there's no point of even saying it.
Precisely. They don't see you as the ones to be able to console them, it seems, in that same regard. The same way the song kind of falls a little bit on deaf ears is the same reason you have nothing to say to them. They clearly want vengeance for their captain. And I guess this comes to a close in a very uneasy and awkward way. You now got these pirates that, if they had their strength in numbers right now, they'd probably be all trying to kill you right here, right now, since that's exactly what they would have been doing at their full strength. Especially if they just lost their captain. Several of them don't know what to believe. Maybe several of them don't care. But there is this form of brotherhood amongst these men still. As tenuous as Huxor's leadership may have been, there's still some who were indeed loyal to them. But I don't really have the power to do anything about it. You've murdered their captain, and they can't
probably gets back and goes
fight
into
back.
the room, finds Alabaster, and goes, "Oh, I need your help."
Well, I need your help because you've got 2 crews who are without ships that I had to give away.
I have thoughts on that. I will take care of that. I just thought getting rid of the pirates was a priority. The good news is Fort Midden is cleared. The unfortunate news is someone may be planning to assassinate me at some point. I have a warehouse of very upset.
Oh no, I gave up on that a while ago.
On what? Oh, what? Assassinating me?
Oh,
That's progress.
right.
That's progress. Look, we're trusting one another. I left you in charge. The place hasn't burnt down, and you're not trying to kill me anymore. What I need is your skills in dealing with questionable persons and wrangling them.
Well,
they have lost their captain, and I'm afraid there might be violence if something is not done. Most of them are signed employment forms, and I'll hold them up.
So you wish to do violence upon them first?
No, I don't wish for violence at all.
That's not usually how these things go.
No, I realise that. That's why I'm asking for your expertise.
Well, I've just offered it. It would be to strike first. Eliminate the problem. But I understand you wish to do things a little differently.
Look, when I made you guys the Undercity Guard, I let you keep your hidden identities. I haven't told a soul who you are. I've made you a legitimate force within Weep. Yes, you do some dodgy dealings on the side that don't harm anyone. Fine. As long as it doesn't happen within Weep. But this is out of my area of expertise.
Well, I'll admit, yes, there are some dodgy dealings, but none quite as dodgy as, well, letting loose a load of prisoners. I think some of them need to go back and get locked up.
And they've been told that should they rear their ugly heads, then that will be the case. The fort is under control. The waterways are now clear for the merchants. Those whose ships were taken will have a merchant's tax break whilst they recuperate their losses. I have potential contacts where we can acquire a couple of extra ships at a discount. And the dock is open.
It's all good news.
It's not ideal, but it is a step forward. My main
That's
concern
good.
is the ones at the dock currently.
Hmm.
Do you think you
Well,
can get them under control? Preferably without violence.
they want vengeance for their murdered captain. Now, I don't think that that's going to be an easy thing to change.
As I said, it goes out of my area of expertise. I've done all I can.
I could always do a show of force.
I don't think that's going to help. What would you do in their situation?
What would I do in their situation?
If you were them, if you were a pirate,
well-
criminal, and you just lost your captain.
But I'm much more of a mastermind than just your average little
Exactly, you think
deckhand.
from all corners. That's why I'm asking
Well-
you. This is where your expertise comes in.
Well, then I would tell you very clearly my plan of action would be to work this year that you've offered them, get the pay they need, all the while making secret meetings to plot and plan their revenge, wherever that may be aimed.
Probably
Eventually,
me.
when they possibly depends.
It's highly
You
likely.
see, sounds like you've sown some discord through the ranks. Some of them might think it's still the drow, but whether it be the drow or you, regardless, they'll be basically plotting their time, biding their time, waiting for the moment to strike. Whether it be gathering enough gold to purchase their own vessel and then unleashing havoc upon the sea, or whether they have wormed their way up into society, into positions of power.
What if we put them under your ranks? Make you their new captain. Metaphorically speaking, of course. They're working a year of service anyway. Why not get them to be under the blue bouter? There's not too many rules for them to get too disgruntled, but they're still doing good work. They're still within the city's reasons. They get to keep their identities hidden due to your masks, so no one knows that they are former pirates. They can find out what they're good at in the meantime. And if there are secret meetings, potentially some of your men will be involved.
I can see if that can work.
I think if anyone can reform them, it's you.
Getting them to police themselves? That is interesting. I mean,
They
that's
need someone-
effectively what
they
you've
need
done with
someone
us.
to lead them. That's clear. You're
Yeah, but I can't
intelligent
say-
enough that I think they'd take orders from you.
It seemed like most of these men followed strength, not intelligence, but that's why I was
in combat, so I know
perhaps suggesting a show of forces on top of that. I'll hammer out the details. Leave it in my hands.
I will leave it in your hands. Thank you, Alabaster.
Mm-hmm.
Did you tidy my office?
Yes, it was a filthy... It was a pigsty in here.
It's not a pigsty. The mess is where I left it.
All right, not a pigsty, a chicken coop. I even found feathers and eggshells.
Well, one of the chickens was laying and she was broody. Look, I don't have time to explain all of that. I have merchants to go and appease.
All right, well, just remember, no, you're not allowed to bring pets into the office.
It wasn't intentional. She followed me. It's my office anyway.
Why can I see that as the next chicken campaign? Like, just like one of the chickens needs to get to the tan to them present.
That was the first campaign.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was hiding under his dad's desk in his office.
It's true.
You guys were rescuing the king.
Yeah.
That's what he was referencing. He's like, you said he found feathers and eggshells. So, all right. Okay. I think that'll have to sort of conclude that little part then. I think it's a messy, awkward situation to be in, definitely. You got disgruntled pirates in the city. You've got bloodthirsty ones out on the ocean. You have indeed, as the drow said, kind of just kicked the can down the road. The problem isn't fully dealt with, it's just displaced to the point where now you've at least got the fort back, a position of power.
Yes, but also they are now separated. They're not one conjoined force.
That's true, unless, of course, they do form some sort of crazy armada. But you know what? That sounds like a different campaign. It sounds like a different party's problem. That sounds like, I don't know, that sounds like a problem for Sunday or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
It's certainly a problem for another group of heroes.
Yes, you could say that. Wink, wink,
We have
nudge,
a bad
nudge.
city to deal with, not pirates.
But first we got
Basically
to
just you just started the
campaign.
We've set up a major part of the Sunday campaign, the next Sunday campaign.
You are welcome.
Yeah. You just let loose a little pirates, and it's likely that these guys will then gather up their own crew, save up enough to get their own ship, and then sail out of Weep and not be here anymore. Yeah. Or they could try to assassinate you. There's all kinds of awful things.
They could. I would hope not, but...
I mean, I suppose now, depending on timings and such of when the Sunday campaign is set, technically one of the party members could be a member of this disgruntled pirate crew who just decides to go off to the sea by themselves or something. The new crew.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, that'd be their flaw, you know. Yeah. Vengeance for my murdered captain, my former murdered captain, which I think for the most part, most of them firmly kind of think that, since they just came back and then they're gone. They just happen to die from poisoning. I don't know.
We were pretty convincing on the drow.
But he was clearly poisoned before we got there. That's what I.
Yep. Yeah, I know, you spun that, and now they're pointing towards the drow. But it's still like...
The drow was such a cool character too. I wanted him to reform, dang it.
I mean, he said in front of us he's an expert in poison, so it's just the natural thing at the point.
It was. It's tricky. It's a tricky situation, but man, yeah, you divided, they fell.
Saying that, you've stuck my head on the chopping block.
That was either that or we fought them all there.
Nah, you're all good. Don't
No,
worry.
they're too divided. You divided and conquered. It's the point where
Yeah.
you divided them to the point where there can't really be a fight. Like because it wouldn't be a fight. It wouldn't be a fight for you guys, and they know that. They kind of
Yeah.
figured.
Yeah, I
pointless
mean,
now.
if they mutinied on that ship while we were sailing across, like, it was literally just going to be, fine then, we just teleport off and then just sink the ship with them on it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I could just could have turned into like a giant whale and just sunk the ship.
Yeah. We had options. As soon as they were out of the fort and no longer had the cannon strained on the town, they were screwed, basically.
Yeah. A smarter captain would see the 5 moves ahead and realize, no, wait a minute. We're giving up our position of power. We're being divided, but they didn't see that far. Like, Alabaster would see that far ahead. He'd be like,
he's a mastermind.
but the pirates, they only got what was in front of them. Free ships? Hell yeah. Pardons? Yes, please. Like, they get that in their head. They didn't see the 3 steps where they're like, wait a minute. We're screwed now. Like, yeah. So I guess overall well played, even though it leaves it in a weird kind of tenuous and awkward situation. But then I never expected a truly happy ending for we either. There's always going to be that kind of seedy underbelly. There's always going to be those criminals on the loose. That kind of
But it wouldn't be
that
a
kind of
really
level of
fleshed
crime.
out D&D world without criminals.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course. And
And
conflict.
Weep's not allowed a happy end, otherwise there'd be no reason to weep.
Yeah,
It's called
exactly.
Weep because
You're
the
right.
waterfalls, not because it's a sad place, guys.
Mhm. Let's just hope
yeah.
they're not crying because of the Tan's murder or assassination. Because holy crap.
No, but
That's
that
a real
would
possibility.
make a really cool thing for the next chicken campaign. The chickens are seeking vengeance for Titan.
No, they're saving him every time he really gets assassinated. It's the
Oh
chicken.
yeah. Yeah, they're thwarting the assassination of Titan. That's a fun chicken one shot.
I will plan it. We'll see what happens.
I'm now just imagining, like, it keeps happening and Titan just finds like a single feather and thinks like there's like a Batman style like vigilante, just like the chicken knight or something.
Yes.
No, he literally genuinely thinks it's like Patience's family watching over him.
Yeah.
He doesn't realise it's
Amazing.
the chickens.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
No.
Side note, I do think Eirina would want to be friends with the Dragonborn mage, though. He's pretty cool.
Oh yeah? Okay.
And she speaks
Cool,
Draconic,
man.
so she'd probably sidle up and just start chatting away and, like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because she's got, like, the
Yeah,
Dragon
sure.
History book that she's working through, and
Damn, it's about time I give these guys names, huh? Unless you would like to name them, because I have not got a name for them, I'll be honest. But
Hmm.
I'm gonna let you would like to name them to 10? Or anyone?
I kind of, I don't know why, but the first name that came to my head with the Dragonborn was Friedrich.
Frederick or Friedrich? He's
Friedrich.
now free, I guess. He's a free man. Friedrich. Free drinks. Oh, that kind of free. Right.
But yeah, I can imagine the crew called him Free Drinks. Because again,
Ooh.
he can make drinks and food, but like,
Here he is. This is Friedrich. And
Eldorado.
the drow is not Eldorado.
Eldorado. But
It's
spelled
not
with an
even
L.
that either. Definitely not that.
We said it's spelled with an L.
I'm gonna veto that one right away. There was a name for this guy. It was on the
hang on, let me have another
on the
flick through
stream.
my book, see what I've got. There's a
But
few
we-
names,
we-
but I don't have them associated with a person. It doesn't look like.
We lost that episode, didn't we?
We
Yeah, well,
we know who Roberto is, so it's not Roberto.
Yeah, we lost all of we.
Yeah.
What other names?
It's
have I
not
got
Tomo.
down?
It's not Ricardo. And that's, I think, where Jamie's getting it mixed up.
River Durante.
Oh no, I'm not getting it mixed up. That's just the name I was giving him. But I knew, for some reason in my head,
Harrington.
L.
Who? Sorry, what? Who? Harrington? What was that again? Kagel Harrington. Okay, that's got to be the poor commoner guy, because there's
this
no way
guy.
that's an elf name.
That sounds like
No,
him.
that's not. No, that is Alabaster, but with the mask
Oh.
off. That's him in his
Barrel? That does.
Feralt. Feralt? That also does ring a bell. Hmm. Lolfin. Why is it the double L's?
No, no.
We've already got a double L.
I mean, there's
Fella.
the other one I put was like Lesaxel. It's another drow name beginning with L.
Nah, I think we've already figured that out. It is Eldorado, spelled with an L.
It was not. It was not that. Mr. River Durante is someone else entirely, but I believe, isn't that the alternate identity of Alabaster?
I've got it next to his name, but it's like I've got River Durante and plus Alabaster.
Yeah, okay. That.
So I think that's the same person. That was my theory. But...
Faralt is the right-hand man of Alabaster.
Cool.
Which might be this guy, actually. Oops. Braun Great Branch, he's the messenger. Sarban, you've met Sarban and Blot. Right. Aculeus is the assassin.
You said you've got
Assassin's
Karius.
Guild. Aculeus is, yeah, they're the Assassin's Guild, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the one that the tan has a tattoo of. We won't mention that.
They're a noble family, an Assassin's Guild, and the one who was coming to kill Datan's family, and their symbol is a black scorpion with two tails.
Yeah, I have that same tattoo because the tan did some work with it.
Okay, cool.
Back in his younger years, before he, when he was rebelling. Those are the only names that I've got that I don't have links to. So.
Yeah, I've also here Captain Cork. He's captain of the old Brunello, and his crew have corkscrew tattoos.
I've got other names, but I know who all of those ones are. But these are the ones that I didn't have any solid ones for.
Yeah. No, I don't have a solid name for him either, so we are going to give him a new name.
I threw a few into the chat.
Was that Lezauna? Lezauna?
Yeah.
Lezonim. I like Lezonim.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
I just went on a drow name generator until I found one that began with L, which took a long time.
I think for me, the first time round was so stressful that my notes literally just trailed off wherever and whenever. They are the least detailed notes I've ever taken.
I'm wondering if we're thinking of L because of Lacusio.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Lacusio was indeed
yeah.
One of the antagonists.
He was the one who kept taking all the magical items.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was.
God, it's been so long since then.
Alright. Well, for now, Lezonim is the name of this drow. Okay. Alright, well, you see these pirates off, or at least these new citizens off to their warehouse. They get acquainted with their new jobs over the next coming days. But what is it you guys wish to do now?
Told you I'm
Love that.
making friends.
Yeah, Llyvelin, which way's the compass pointing? Does it suggest it's close? The tower?
Jamey.
Yeah.
Is the tower close based on your magic compass?
I'll look at the compass.
Okay, the overly complicated compass seems
Yeah,
to open up and
Prequel,
point in
mate.
3 different directions. It's triangulating what you've kind of tried to think of is like distance and place.
So we've
Did you
got
ever figure out what this actual thing is doing?
so time. It changes every hour. Place changes, but we don't know how often. But less than time. And then higher dimension doesn't change. That's what I've got. Time, place, and dimension.
Okay. Right, yeah, sure. Let's go with dimension then. You see the compass is ticking almost like a clock. And it does seem to switch around perhaps every hour. Though several hours during the time you've been looking at this, it has been pointing it towards the coast of Midra. Now you're here, though, trying to record perhaps repeatedly where that hour is pointing. Right now, it is pointing in, from where you are in Weep, it is pointing in a southeast direction.
Takes us towards the Shattered City. Might be a good area to just scout out from the outside and see if anything's obvious from the outside that we might be able to notice.
While we're at it, and now we've dealt with all the pirate business, do I still have? Yeah, I do have scry. I'll try and scry on Saoirse and Dawn one at a time. See if I can get through there. See where they're at.
I'm gonna scry on Dawn.
Yeah, I'll start with Dawn, and if not, then the duo. They don't seem to be leaving in either's side.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. They have to roll a wisdom save, didn't they?
They do.
They have a -5 to this, since you're familiar with them.
I believe so.
Mhm.
You have heard of the target +5. You have met the target +0. Familiar, you know the target well, -5.
That's what I said.
Connection save, modifier likeness or picture, -2.
Um,
I'm 4, body part.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
this.
just no target well, then I guess.
Last time
would-
you tried to scry on Dawn, you felt this overwhelming, blinding light. Like they were much easier to resisting your effect. But when you scried on Saoirse, you had a much easier time.
Yeah, I'm just doing it on either of them because I've still got the spell slots, like one at a time,
All right. Sure.
basically.
Mm-hmm. Let's check Dawn's. On your DC is
8.
8. Okay. Let me check something. Does he have proficiency? Yes, he does. Okay. So resisted on Dawn once again, even with a 12 on the dice. There is this blinding. Pretty
I
damn
mean,
high.
I mean, he's
On
a
a Civ?
paladin. I mean, he's a paladin, so
Oh,
he'll
they'll
have
have
the
an
aura.
So he has
Yeah.
proficiency as a paladin. You get proficiency
Yeah.
in wisdom saves, and he has an aura. So it's like ridiculous modifiers for the wisdom save. Yeah, he's once again pushing you back with this blinding light. It's just
That's right.
unbearable to look at.
Yeah.
And then
Sersha,
just-
however,
level 6 on Sersha.
still a -5. That fails. And yeah, you're able to hone in on them. Sersha is much more. They stick to the shadows, and they prefer hiding away from the light. They're never directly in Dawn's like purview, should we say? But just close enough to keep a watchful eye on them. And so you're in a nice shaded area. In fact, it looks kind of humid. It's raining right now. There's a jungle looking surrounding. There's a huge amount of canopy shading her hiding spot. She's currently got a vantage point looking down over Dawn, who's approaching what looks to be a massive ruin built into like this craggy wall or mountainside. And let's see here. Just check something. How to describe it? Yeah, okay. So it seems to be flanked by two massive statues. One of them is missing its head, and they look like statues of warriors. They've one of them's still got a helmet, and they're seemingly resting their hands on the hilt of an impossibly large blade. It looks like a kopek. What's it called?
Opesh?
It's like a curved blade. Kopesh, that's the one. Yes, I was nearly right. Kopesh, it's like a curved blade with a hook kind of at the end. And yeah, they're standing there almost like guards to this, what looks to be like this white stone ruin. And you can see multiple little holes where there would be like arrow slits. And even though it may be a ruin, it looks like it's kind of kept well intact. There is a massive door as well that's completely sealed. And it has this sort of, I guess, like 8-pointed circular pattern on it. And at the moment, Dawn is approaching that door, and they're trying to find a way in because these doors look like impossibly huge, and it would take even a great deal of strength to even push them open. Like this was built for giants or something, but they're looking for a way to get in.
So a ruin built into a mountain.
Yep. In a clearing of a jungle.
Better, maybe? I wonder.
Oh, there is technically more jungle down here. Yeah.
There's more, yeah.
But
Oh,
last time the same. This looks to be like the same jungle that you were scrying on them last time. And when they were looking through the jungle, there were, what was it? Snake. You said there were like ruins with like snake-like patterns on them, right?
yeah, I believe that's what it said.
Okay. This is a well-known ziggurat.
Yeah.
belonging to Yuan-Ti, and they have plagued Kester for many years. But there is a mountainous region that semi-separates them. You can see here. Unfortunately, settlements that aren't separated by this haven't fared as well, as you can see by this.
Yeah.
UNT have attacked and enslaved those who they've captured and turned them into more UNT.
Turned them into Yuan-Ti?
Mm-hmm.
Never knew that was an origin.
Okay, maybe not turn them into it, but that's a complicated subject.
They'd probably use them for food, for at least some of them for food for the young.
Yeah. You're not sure what happens to the prisoners, to be honest.
Oh.
Some scholars theorize that's what they do, is they turn them into UNT. Some theorize they are just swallowed and eaten whole.
Well, that was
But the UNT have been a presence that Kester has not had the forces to mount against them. You know, that you can't just assault a ziggurat. It's basically a fortress. That's the only place you've known snake-like races to be. It's unlikely there's any jungles over here that have them. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a nice, peaceful monastery built in the middle of it.
To be fair, it would make the most sense considering I know that Hestelia was from Kester.
Mm-hmm.
So it being close would be...
Indeed. And there is a mountainous kind of region surrounding the jungles, which could well be what you just witnessed, that sort of mountainous looking entrance.
All right. So two potential destinations.
Is there?
Well, towards the tower. Towards...
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess kind of in the same direction, I guess.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Tower-ish. I guess we travel that way and see as the compass turns, if the compass turns. That's the same sort of direction. Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the.
As long as you guys are, well, as long as you guys are okay with, you know, taking someone's soul.
Yeah, we're cool with that, right, guys?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I suppose it really depends on the person's soul in this case.
Well, they're killing devils, and in doing so, causing a lot of issues in a interdimensional war. I know devils are generally seen as evil, but there's a lot of them. People who get taken by devils, usually down to the fact that they chose to sign a contract.
Karius just sort of tries to consider this from their standpoint as someone who has infernal blood. And also someone who's died and had someone try to make them sign a contract to fight in said war.
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it is, if we help the devils stop the demons from winning. Demons win. They're probably going to storm the material plane.
I mean, and if I do end up fighting on the side of the devils, if I decide to sign that contract, it's probably best not to have this person up against me, I guess. So,
True.
why do you need
And
their
then-
soul specifically?
Because I was young and stupid and I signed the contract.
Hmm.
And if I don't deal with this person and their soul and I die, I'm very likely to become a devil myself.
So you managed to do away with the young, but kept the other part. But let's. I guess we. So it's you or them, basically, is what you're saying.
Kind of. I mean, worst case, if it comes to it, it's just another thing that I have to deal with. If I can then figure out a way to free his soul after the contract has been lashed and torn.
Yeah,
Read-
you hear Grimoire kind of speak to you telepathically, and they say, "You absolutely cannot hand your soul over when you die. That is not good. I assure you.
Yeah. So free
Once
my
that happens, it's too late."
Right.
Well,
Eirina,
you can't-
Andy, any opinions?
Uh, not massively. I'd like to find Malone at some point. You know, my
Hmm.
friends are still in the Shattered City. And,
Yeah.
you know, family.
Yeah. I'd prefer to head to the tower myself, but and then deal with the chat. Do you have a deadline on getting this soul?
I mean, it's either way. It's just I can just keep scrying on them, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, if we did deal with the tower and the shattered city, is that going to be? Is that going to take too long and you run out of time to do this thing, or is
So
it basically? But provided you do it before you die, you're good.
before I die, which
Oh.
has technically already happened once.
That's true. And
But you're alive now.
Yeah, let's just make sure it doesn't happen again. But
do you have
Yeah,
a
that
copy
is-
of this contract?
I don't think devils give away.
Those
Contract.
kind of contracts aren't on paper.
Yeah.
No.
It's on your soul. And I just sort of pat the scabbard at my side.
Well, let's head to the tower. We might be able to find more information there that might even help you find a way out of this contract before we have to do it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the
I re-
tower's like all timey-wimey, right? It goes in and out of time. We could just go
Yeah.
back to when you were a kid and stop you from even making the deal. Just a thought.
That would be interesting.
I mean, we could ask Terrig, I guess. It might be possible.
I know what he's going to say, because Malone would say the same thing. Don't go messing around with time!
This coming
Yeah.
from Malone, who literally didn't they? They want their time traveler.
Not really her
I mean-
fault.
It's either that or we somehow take out the devil I signed the contract with, which you guys have met now, apparently. Yeah?
Oh yeah, that guy.
Right.
Um,
But again, that means that would be disrupting balance of their war they've got going on. a lot of ins and outs about it.
And if I remember rightly, there's some weird thing like unless you kill the devil whilst in hell, they don't actually die. They just go back to hell and they're stuck there for a bit.
Richard, I mean, we could take this guy's soul, hand it over, free my soul, go to the hells, take out the devil, free the guy's soul,
I mean,
or not take out the devil and free the guy's
I
soul
think
somehow.
maybe we go ask the old crazy guy in the tower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Terry
let's-
might know better.
let's get some advice, and then maybe you can also get your fancy robes back, so you're even more powerful for if we're gonna face this guy.
We've been over
Yeah.
this. They're not his robes.
Finders keepers, in my opinion, but you know.
Yeah, if you leave your things in a random cave that is
They were in a locked box.
in a random cave,
It's called a secret hiding place.
didn't you take your sword from a locked case?
No. I did not.
Insight on that?
It wasn't
Okay.
locked when it exploded.
Yeah. Oh, the...
27 insight.
Eirina, I mean, is this the truth or is this half truth?
It's a half truth. Like she was talking to Candlewick while he was still in the glass cabinet,
Yeah,
but the deal was made after he blew it up. And then when the
Mm.
contract was made, the rest of the library blew up.
So this- I mean, in that logic, the sword technically isn't yours because you took it from its owner in a case. It
I-
just happened to
I
blow up.
did no such thing.
Yeah.
He
This-
escaped.
This
Then we made
chest
the deal.
just so
Oh.
happened to be opened.
It wasn't
mean-
open. He broke
Happened
it.
to be robes.
I mean, in this, so what you're saying is you aided and abetted the escape of a criminal.
Yes,
Hmm,
which is something we've all just done. You cannot
that is
judge me.
true. That is true, and to be honest, on the grand scale of things, it's really on a minor list compared to what I've done at this point.
I mean,
Mm.
technically,
Hmm.
in this
Dunno.
chest was a kidnapped and trapped egg, which Kesh'an freed. And whoever would trap an egg in a chest, a defenseless child, is obviously not worthy of keeping those robes.
Chris, how far along in my
What?
project am I?
So I freed the robes.
The project, yeah, it's coming along. I don't think you've got anywhere near finishing it because you've been pretty busy
Yeah.
up till now. You've only had some downtime on the ship, traveling here and there. And to make something like powerful, and if you want to enchant it, that takes a long time.
Okay.
But could potentially be helped along if you had powerful wizards, maybe.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get
I
my robes
imagine.
back.
I imagine the creation of the item that took not that long. But it's the magical enchanting that takes forever.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get going then. The tower,
let's get
and then
my
we
rob.
can then we can see where we go from there.
All right, how are you making your way to wherever it
the
is you're going?
airship?
Gotcha.
Okay, on the airship. All right. Didn't know whether you wanted to dock it here and go on foot. But yeah, you can fly over
I
there.
mean, but then
Makes
we'd have
sense.
to go potentially through the Cinder Stake and Harin, which I don't actually know what is as a town.
You can ask Jamey all about Terran on the way. I'll ask Llyvelin on the way.
Besides, the tower could be like up in the mountains, so you know
Right, sure.
we don't know.
It'd be
That would
easier to
save-
spot from the air.
Could be in the sky for all we know.
I mean,
Cloud tower.
the skyship is how we managed to find the tower in the Cloud Coast.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay then.
Also just
Mhm.
no, just something out of character. Just researched.
All right. Then it looks like we are finally ready to embark to head towards the Temporal Tower. Everyone gets whatever you need, supplies, etc. from Weep. Patience and Datan will say their farewells. Any line you want to give the party before they head off?
Yeah, so Titan's going to go up to, like, each of them, and he's going to hand them all an envelope. My mother wanted to make sure you were invited to the wedding.
Oh my
Okay.
god, the wedding!
What now?
There's a wedding. That just suddenly got dropped. What the heck?
No, his
When?
mum, remember? She got engaged when we were last in Weep.
Oh my god, that wedding.
Oh.
I thought
Oh,
you meant
yeah.
Patience
Oh, like
and
that,
Datan.
yeah.
No!
They were engaged to. Was it the butler of
Ricardo?
one of the other?
The guy
No
with the
fucking
tea
no.
company.
Yeah,
The tea company guy.
yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he was. Was it Tomo?
No, it's none of these. Stop just plucking random people and then inserting them into other roles. God damn it.
Was it
This is how
Farrell?
mistakes happen. Shut up. I'm gonna strangle you. Alright. Yeah, it was indeed. Well, yeah, the butler. Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah, The
perfect.
butler did it.
They give him little invitations, so you have a little means to return.
Karius just looks at the date on the wedding just to be right. Okay, so with timey-wimey shenanigans, we can hopefully manage that.
It's
Titan
2
will
weeks from now.
hand one extra invitation to Llyvelin,
Hmm.
and he's just going to say, just in case you see her first. And you just see it's got Laffy's name on it.
Oh.
Hmm. Okay. Where in the world is Laffy?
I mean, guilt leave, and we need to get Laffy anyway and bring her back. The unstorn Ivan.
Yeah, well, that's the question. Did she go back with her brother to guilt
That's a
leave?
mystery because Kirstie's gone to bed now, I'm afraid.
Okay, there you go. It'll remain a mystery. All right, then loading up on the airship, we set sail once again for a new destination, heading towards the mountains. These are known as the Creeping Chill Mountains. And, well, they border the capital city that was once the capital city, is now the Shattered City. And you'll actually get a
few of
chance to
it.
have your first look at it next session. But it's not too far, and there won't be too many, if any, complications on the way there. So it does sound like next session is really, truly the beginning of the Temporal Tower arc, which is crazy to think. And we'll just have to deal with Dawn at another later date. Just hope Llyvelin
Yeah.
does not die again.
Die again. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll deal with
if
Dawn at the
she's-
beginning of another day.
Worst case, if I do die, then that opens things to doing a Nine Hells campaign.
Hmm.
Yeah,
you
you
got
got
that-
that. You got that ready, Chris. Let's go to the house to rescue Llyvelin.
Oh, damn it.
Like, not as part of this, but like if he wants to run another campaign, but in the Nine Hells.
It'd
we
have to
throw
be
in
different
some new
characters, and
players.
then characters. Why would they want to be after Llewellyn's soul? Why would they give a crap about Llewellyn?
I mean, or you could just
Well,
have
that's the
Llyvelin
question.
as an NPC, or Llyvelin is reset to level 1, and you do like
Yeah.
Hell campaign.
Level 1 devil.
Llyvelin.
Mm.
Let's
Llyvelin.
just not have Llyvelin die. How about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, let's
That's
let's
it.
avoid all that.
I'd appreciate that.
Hmm. I mean, you do have a spare diamond. I'm sure you can bring him back
Yeah.
Once was
another
enough.
time.
Yeah.
Right?
But
You got a spare
anyway,
diamond, Eirina?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe.
but we will.
Although I am the one to bring people back, so let's not have me die.
Yeah. But we will
Mhm.
wrap up there. Join us on Sunday for the Icewind Trackers. Brain blanked then. Monday for the Jumping Junipers. Tuesday for the Mistaken. Wednesday for the other Icewind Dale group. And I know you're away next weekend, Chris. So are you around on the
Yeah.
Friday?
No,
Or
we're
you-
leaving Friday.
Okay.
Yeah,
So there
leaving
won't
Friday.
won't be a session next Friday then. Just thought I'd check. So
Well,
because we'd be down. Well, I suppose I could run. No, yeah, I
could
could
be
run it
down
one
just
down. Yeah, I
Yeah,
could
you
run
guys
it.
can still play, but I
Yeah.
won't be around and Chris won't
Yeah.
be around.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
probably be running next Friday then, unless something comes up with someone else. So, bye for now.
okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.